I'm about to gather plants for medicine and food, and I was taught to gather plants a certain way, a very specific way, by my Hawaiian teachers. One of the things I've noticed though about plant gathering practices is they seem to be very similar all over the world. There's always what I call a consecration. Consacre means to make sacred. And there's a sense of creating sacred space around something when we're gathering, so that we're not in our normal everyday take out the cat and feed the garbage mentality. We're in a separate frame of mind, and I believe there's reasons why we would create that frame of mind before we gather. There's also often prayer or gratitude expressed. There's a sense of centeredness. There's always an admonition not to gather plants if you're disturbed or angry or frustrated. And then there's a sort of a conclusion or a conclusionary piece to the gathering that seems to be common all over the world. There's also a giving of a gift. There's an offering, giving something back. So we're not just taking, we're also receiving. My Hawaiian teachers always said that the most important emotion that we can ever experience is gratitude, and that is the only emotion that will never betray us. And so before we would gather plants, we were always taught to be grateful. And I recently had the pleasure of working with somebody who teaches heart math, which is a scientifically based study of the human heart and the pattern of heartbeats in the human body. The heart math people apparently have been teaching that since the 1980s, and they have discovered that the human heart has a magnetic field that reaches out to 10 feet. And they teach a specific meditation they call congruence. And when we're congruent, our heartbeat changes at a very specific rate, and they measure this with this machine. They measure the rate of heartbeat changes. And when we're congruent, our heartbeat changes move like a sine wave. And recently I was taught this meditation, which is a wonderful meditation, and within 10 seconds, this woman was measuring my heart rate. Within 10 seconds, my heart rate changed to a state of congruence. Very peaceful, very powerful state, the state of congruence. And the heart math people also claim that it increases emotional intelligence, which is what traditional peoples would call wisdom. And emotional intelligence is the ability to see situations complete, to withhold gratification, and to really experience the fullness of our humanity. When we bring this kind of gratitude, this kind of awareness, this kind of open-heartedness to our lives, to our relationships, and to the land, to nature, it not only enhances our ability to relate to people, but also our ability to relate to plants, and it increases our sense of well-being and very possibly our physical and emotional health.